Okay, lesson 15. Dis- Discussion of lesson 13. There are one or two things to notice about lesson 13. It says, Mr. Priestley is not a young man, but he is not old. So the opposite of old is young. But isn't there another opposite of old? Yes, there is. New, isn't there? The opposite of an old book is not a young book, but a new book. Teacher, that is quite right. Notice too the two uses of old. He is an old man. The boy is 5 years old. It says, Mr. Priestley is tall. What is the opposite of tall, please? The opposite of tall is short. He is a tall man and a short man. Mr. Littleman is short. Mr. Lengthy is tall. Do you say Mr. Lengthy has 77 inches or Mr. Littleman has only 62 inches? No, we don't say that. We say Mr. Lengthy is 6 foot 5 inches tall, or Mr. Littleman is only 5 foot 2, or Mr. Priestley is 6 feet. And speaking of a person's age, we say Mr. Priestley is 44 years old, and not Mr. Priestley has 44 years. Isn't there another opposite of short? The opposite of a short stick isn't a tall stick, is it? No, you are quite right. The opposite of a short person is a tall person. The opposite of a short thing is a long thing. For example, a short stick, a long stick. I am going for a short walk. My friend is going for a long one. Mr. Priestley works very late, too late, I think. Perhaps he doesn't know the saying, early to bed, early to rise, makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. Oh yes, he knows it, but he doesn't believe it. Do you, Miss D? No, I don't believe it. I go to bed early and I rise early. I am healthy, but I am not and not very wise. The lesson speaks about Mr. Priestley being strong, meaning with a strong character. Do you use the same word for a man with a strong body? Oh yes, here you are. Mr. Armstrong has strong arms. He is a very strong man. Mr. Feeble is not strong. His arms are very weak. He is a weak man. Can you speak of strong tea or strong coffee? Oh yes, and strong drink and strong language. Mr. Armstrong is a tall, strong man. Is he then a big man or a great man? A big one, not a great one. What is the difference, please? Well, it is rather difficult to put into a few words, but in short, one is of the body, the other is of the spirit and character of a man. Bigness is a bodily thing. Greatness is a spiritual one. A great man like Lord Nelson A great man can have, like Lord Nelson, a weak body, but he has a strong spirit. A big man can have bodily strength, but spiritual weakness. Thank you. I quite see the difference now. In the lesson, we read about Mr. Priestley's dark brown hair and dark blue suit. What is the opposite of dark brown and dark blue? Light brown and light blue. Mr. Priestley is always well dressed. Another man is not well dressed. He is what? Well, what do you think? I think badly dressed. And that is quite right. Next question, please. Mr. Presley is rather thin. What is the opposite of thin, please? Well, it depends on the sentence. The opposite of a thin man is a fat man. Of a thin cow is a fat cow. But the opposite of a thin book is a thick book. So we could say one stick is short and thick, another one is long and thin. Mr. Priestley is good looking and handsome. Can you use those words to describe girls or women as well as men? Yes, you can, but generally we speak of girls as pretty or beautiful. Would you speak of men as pretty or beautiful? Oh no, never. Is there a difference between the girl is pretty and the girl is beautiful? I think so. Pretty is pleasant to the eye or ear. Some new dance music is pretty, but the music of Beethoven or Handel or Tchaikovsky is beautiful. Yes, the pictures in the newspaper can be pretty, but the pictures of Raphael, El Greco, Rembrandt or Turner are beautiful. Quite right. Beauty is rather like greatness. It is a spiritual thing. It is in the spirit of a man, and it comes out in his work, or it is in the character of a woman, and it comes out in her face. Do you understand the difference now, Mr. B? Oh, yes. I know the difference now. Nearly all girls are good looking. Some are pretty. A very few are beautiful. Thank you.